Am I live? Yeah, well, she is an idiot. I gotta admit. This woman. This woman up here at Cousin Dorothy, Sable gets upset when there's an animal outside of the car. It's just the way she is. So people, have a right to walk their dogs and on. They'll walk by and Sable will lose her mind. Well, this asshole, she just gets on her phone and she's walking this little, yippy dog. And she hears Sable barking because she stops and she looks over at the car, but she fucking stands there, just standing there. I'm inside Doherty's house, and because she has the front door open because it's like warm out, it says it's 82 already. I can hear Sable, so I come out to check to make sure there's the van isn't laying on top of someone. And there's this woman across the street like this with her phone, looking at the car. And I'm like, yo, moron. Do you think you might be upsetting the dog in here? I know you have a right to walk your dog, but maybe walk it instead of standing there and antagonize. I said, I ought to, this is what I would have said. I would have said, hey, if there was a yellow jacket's nest here and would you stand there and look at it? And they start buzzing, you dumbass. Ugh, I get so upset.
Otherwise, she was fine.
What's he doing? What the fuck is going on right there? I want to own a liquor store.
So go ahead, lay it on them.
I didn't really hear it. She says, oh, I was wondering if you could help me with my iPhone. She says, the swipe doesn't work. It says swipe to answer, and it doesn't work. And I said, well, then maybe I ought to get rid of it. I said, you either are not doing it right, or you've got something on your hands, cream or something, because, God knows what she soaks that wrinkled sack in. But anyway, she always got a complaint. She's had this iPhone now 3 years and cannot figure it out. The simplest stuff. You should see her when I'm telling her to press on something. She's like, imagine taking that's her pounding on the fucking screen.
Jay, double tap.
She's just
She didn't complain about you being late?
No. She just she says to me, she's saying there's something wrong with it. That's what's frustrating to me. So, what are you going to do? With the barking, because the dog. I couldn't get over. I'm out there. I'm walking out
because I thought she was going to come closer. The way she was just staring, and it was stressing me out. So I got stressed. But it's not with the exception of when we came in the rain last week. Almost every time we come, that woman's out with her dog.
She must be out a lot then, because sometimes we come at 9:30. Last week it was 11, but it was raining last week.
Andrea Lugo. Get coffee and pretzels. We already got everything this morning.
We went shopping and dropped off for Dorety.
And Lee says, hi, kids.
Which Lee? She's a hot one. I don't want to tell anyone.
Em Fernandez says she has a small world and she needs something to complain about.
Who? Cousin Dorety has a small world she needs something to complain about? Let me tell you something. Yesterday, I thought my days of shopping were over for her because I called and she didn't answer. I called a second time, she didn't answer. So I said, well, that's it. She's laying there on the kitchen floor, and the cats are eating her. And then I gave it one more try, called her on her cell phone, and she answered. I said, "Why aren't you answering your phone? I called you twice." Ow! I thought it was those telemarketers. They call me all the time. I said, "Well, Dorothy, if you're not going to answer your phone, how am I supposed to get in touch with you?" Ow! Well, when you called on the cell phone, it came up with your
I
name.
thought she couldn't get it to swipe.
Oh, yeah, that's what she's saying. That's part of why I had the problem. I had to call you back because I was swiping. And this is what she does. She goes, "I was swiping the answer." I said,
Yeah.
"Dorothy, it says
It shows you the way to swipe.
Don't get me started. Her and technology. This is like imagine you get in a time machine and you go back to where cavemen are throwing stones at a full moon because they think it's like something. And you just land there and you hand them a cell phone. Same thing.
She's regressing, maybe. She's forgetting how to do stuff.
Last week, the thing went, what was it last week? She gave you, we're back to one case of strawberries.
Andrea said she needs her port wine. She hasn't been drinking wine since she fell.
You guys remember I told you about 4 or 5 months ago, she fell off the toilet. And can you imagine when they found her? Because if she was on the toilet, there was something going down.
Andrea, yes, I like the Struts. They're a very good band.
And she stopped drinking because we were I was getting her a case of wine a month. Now, they were the small bottles, and the reason why, I guess the average size bottle, because she couldn't lift the big jugs.
Let's get her a giant straw.
So she was ordering like a case every month or maybe 5 weeks, but she was drinking a lot of it. Well, weren't you the one that said maybe she was drunk that night?
Yes.
Well, maybe she was, and she knows it. But anyway, she hasn't been drinking.
It's a smart thing that she's doing, that she's not drinking. Lee says, my mother-in-law still has problems with her flip-phone.
Oh, God.
I used to like having a flip-phone.
Well, the nice thing about flip phones was the batteries would last forever.
But the thing with my dad had a flip phone. It would stress my mom and I out so much because he would remember to take the phone, but he would never remember to turn it on. So if we called him, he would never answer the phone.
Well, it's funny. My father, I guess he kind of was always into technology because he was a TV repairman and all. Although he repaired TVs, but in our house we had, I don't know if anybody else had this, we had a console TV that never worked. And on top of it was a 19-inch TV that we would watch. Then some years later, I think he took the picture tube out of the console TV and stuck the 19-inch TV in there. But good morning, Felix. He got into computers, and he would have, he's been gone 23 years already, but he would have loved the iPhone.
My dad did well on the computer. My mom didn't know anything. My dad would play this Monopoly casino game on the computer where he played slot machines. He loved it. He could sit there all day and play it.
Well, that's what gets her into trouble. She downloads these games. Like last week, she calls me half an hour. I'm on the phone because she calls me to tell me she ordered a game, or she downloaded a game, and it tells her afterwards she gets a notice that she's going to be charged $60 for the year after the free trial.
I want to know what game it was. charge you $60 a year.
I know.
That's like some heavy duty. Like,
It's not
application.
$60 a year to subscribe to Bad Bed TV.
Andrea, it's Friday. Or are you trying to confuse me? She said I need donuts. It's Saturday. It's Friday.
It is Friday. Maybe it's her Saturday. If she works, like if she's off.
Don't confuse me. I get confused easily.
Ugh. You know what's already sad? Look, all the
Cherry
trees are.
blossoms.
This street up here on the way home from cousin Doherty's, it's got those cherry blossom trees, and just for like 2 or 3 weeks, not even 3 weeks, I think. Oh, I'm sorry. God.
But they're so pretty when they're blooming. I've told them I don't know how many times you should get like a cherry blossom tree.
I think there's something else.
You don't think the cherry blossoms?
Not, I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
Not the purple one, but these might be like at the end. But like they're all gone, and they were beautiful. They were all over this year. We saw a lot of them, didn't we?
It's okay, Andrea. I understand. I get my days mixed up too.
But Andrea, just think.
As far as
Enjoy today, because tomorrow you gotta go back to work. It's Monday.
They sound like those clicker things in World War Z.
They didn't show them much, not World War Z. The Last of Us. Oh,
You know what I'm talking about.
but they were called clickers, weren't they?
Yeah, they were.
All right, I'm trying to keep track. How dare you?
I apologize.
I think I might just go home and lay in the driveway.
We watched TV briefly out on the back deck last night, which was the first time of the year. It was
I
nice.
almost flipped in the chair.
Oh God, yeah, I forgot about that. He wasn't in his usual chair. He hasn't brought his recliner upstairs. Are you doing that?
Next week, probably, or something. 2 weeks. We'll be transitioning.
But what were you doing? You were trying to cross your legs.
I crossed my legs and I'm sitting in a freaking wicker chair that is not like a recliner, and the fucking thing starts to go back, and I do a whoa, 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 and I bounce. I bring myself back down, but it's like, meanwhile, I look across the table at this one. Her eyes are this wide with a slight smirk. She thought I was going down.
I didn't want you to go down. We've already been bombarded with wild turkeys already, every morning and in the evening as well.
Well, last week there was Sable's barking, and I look out front. There's about 4 wild turkeys on the front lawn, and because the leaves aren't on the trees yet, although they're sprouting fast, I see a lady jogging down. I can see her through the woods. She's got on like a bright. She's smart. She's wearing a bright yellow, like, so she can be seen. But she's running, and she stops at the end of our driveway, and she takes out her camera. Don't look. This is some sort of dead animal.
Stop it.
And I don't know what the fuck that was.
Are we past it?
Yes. And
The lady in the yellow.
she was snapping photos of the wild turkeys. Well, Mrs. Biggins saw her from the family room, and she thought she was just snapping photos of the house, because Mrs. Biggins didn't see the wild turkeys. But this morning I looked out there. This fucking wild turkey looked like an ostrich.
He was big.
It was huge.
Katrina, I have not watched series 3 of Staged yet. I finished series 1.
Is that a British show?
That's why we got the Brit Box.
Oh.
But it was very funny. I love David Tennant and Michael Sheen together. I think they're very good music together. I love the thing with showing the paintings they both had done. Michael Sheen did like this regular, like, museum quality thing. And David Tennant did a pineapple with their roots and pineapple. We haven't seen the new Scream either yet.
Is it out?
I don't
Well, look, we just finished watching Beef.
Yes, we did.
It was pretty good. It had a strange ending, like the very, very end, but it also makes sense. And the more you think about it, it's just.
Sharika's here. Hello, Sharika.
I saw Sharika on here last night, and she said that Chance comes walking up when he hears my voice.
He likes you.
Hello, Chance.
I told him I like his deep voice.
It's Uncle Nigel.
Yes, I ended up really liking Beef. I wasn't too sure about the first couple episodes, but it turned out to be really
It
good.
did improve.
I'm curious if there's going to be a second season because they kind of left it open. I liked the ending. I thought the ending was good.
Yeah, I don't want to say anything
No.
because not everybody's seen it. Get the out of the way. So I guess the fan worked here. I got this, like in Walmart, they had this cheap ass fan, which I got to tell you, I'll have to show you this thing. It's
Pretty powerful for so small.
Yeah, I mean it's cheap and it's like the thing blows the remaining 7 hairs on top of my head. No, it's very, very strong and it's very posable. And I just got it and I put it on the dashboard behind this bullshit. It works.
We haven't seen any new horror movies, so we don't really have any to
Well,
recommend.
not anything happened. That wasn't.
That wasn't that. I mean, it was good. I liked it better. I thought the book was horrible,
She thought the book was horrible,
but the movie I thought was decent.
but the movie she thought was decent.
Have you seen the trailer for that?
Have you seen the trailer for?
Talk to Me, which is supposed to be like the scariest movie that A24 put out. It looked alright. It looks kind of silly with the fucking stone hand everybody touches become possessed or something. But who am I to talk?
Dead deer, dead deer.
Sharika says Chance is being weird.
Well, Holly has gone through Miss Sophie being pissed to then being extremely cuddly.
She's kind of in between now. She woke me up at like 5 this morning. Some cuddles. And I got up. I got back.
She didn't have time for your bullshit.
But then the night before, she was with me all night, and my arm was completely like numb and hurt. I guess it can't be numb and hurt.
Well, you can.
Because she was, I guess, on me all night, and I had my arm around her in that same position, blood flow cut off. But and then she followed me into the bathroom yesterday.
Sable hangs out in between her legs all the time. Look, I don't want to say much more than that.
Chair in the living room. It's nothing
I
dirty.
come up, Hall's there, legs spread wide open, Sable curled up in a ball up in there. I'm like, damn. This is the type of shit that is.
Renfield looks funny, yeah.
That looks good.
I saw a preview of that when I was watching TV. Scariest movies are never that scary to me. Yeah, nothing scares me.
Exorcist. Very scary.
Which one, Molly? Oh, the Talk to Me, it's called. They just released the trailer. It's a British movie that was picked, independent movie that's picked by A24.
I'm driving.
Can I finish what I was saying?
How dare you? Go ahead.
It's this group of probably dumbass teenagers, and they have this stone hand, and you're supposed to hold the hand and they talk to me. And spirits are supposed to communicate, and I guess to get possessed by the devil or whatever.
Is that like Bloody Mary? When you look in the mirror and you say Bloody
Sure,
Mary.
it's just like Bloody Mary. But anyway, it doesn't.
Why are you so mean to me? How dare you?
Have you seen the trailer for Beau is Afraid or whatever it's called by the guy who did Midsummer and Hereditary?
Midsummer was a fucked up film.
I love that movie. Everything that Florence Pugh was in, I end up like.
She was the girl in Midsummer, the lead, right? Because we watched a couple things with her.
Yeah, even the movie with Harry Styles wasn't as terrible.
Yeah. She was his wife that he was cheating on or something?
Which movie are you talking about? Midsummer?
No, Harry Styles.
He was cheating on her. Put her in like a suspended animation or something.
Oh, it was, yeah.
So he cheated on Olivia Wilde.
Was she married to
Jason
Ted
Sudeikis?
Lasso?
Yes, lay down in front of her car begging her not to leave, according to her.
Why did I have to let that know? Let that, yeah. The guy with the beard in Ted Lasso.
Brett
The coach.
Goldstein.
The coach.
Yeah, the other guy.
The assistant coach with the hat.
I can't remember his name.
I
He's
thought
another
you-
one of the executive producers of the show. Brian something.
Brian Cox. Oh no, that was Succession.
Anybody watch Succession?
It was awesome this week. Shocker. Won't say anything yet because it's
Ted Lasso. He plays Beard.
yeah. The funny episode where they were getting Zaba, and he kept going, oh!
When people were talking about Keely and
He kept squealing. It was pretty funny. I never really. By the way, did I tell you there were no vultures or buzzards across the street at all? Was that the place you were thinking of? That's where the ribs are.
Oh, yeah. Probably. I'm not very familiar with a lot of stuff about Doctor Who. I really only watched the off and on seasons of David Tennant.
Look how calm this person is going down the street. They're actually going the exact speed limit.
Florida. Should go back to Florida.
Why? They're driving nice. Meanwhile, behind me is another New Jersey asshole that's losing their fucking mind because they can't get around.
Let us know, Andrea, if it's available someplace. Just moving this
What?
screen. Since you look it up tonight.
I am going to fix that power cord, but I'll also fix it so it stays in place. But like I'm getting a little breeze off of it. It's very refreshing. Like lovers do, talk to me. I think one of the most is that person looking at the window. I think there's horses back there and a miniature horse with the baby horses. I thought Smile's marketing campaign was incredible.
He has his own creepy smile that he pulls out every once in a while.
I gotta pay attention to that. Do you see Archer's head? I don't know. Oh yeah, there he is. He's pretty. You can mainly see he's getting a little white on his chin, but it's dark in there.
making fun of his undercarriage last
Oh, that was cute. Archer's black. Like when we first got him, you couldn't see him in the dark at all. But he's got the whitest teeth and the whitest eyeballs. Well, in the 3 years we've had him, Jesus was riding the rooster, you see? Anyway, his undercarriage, he's got white and gray hair underneath. Because at night he lays flat on his back with his legs up in the air when I walk by to pick him up and carry him to bed.
Say something profound since we're almost home.
Profound? Give me an example of your meaning of profound.
Something meaningful that will stick with the viewers.
Jesus is the way, the truth, and the light. No one comes to the Father but by him. Is that profound when you're talking biblical?
Not really.
Look, there's fucking Neil. Oh, I go for Bible verses to drop in the F. The fuck is this? A Tesla? He can't fit now. I'm sorry. Something profound. All right. If at first you don't succeed, keep on sucking until you do succeed. How's that? We're driving down. It is 81 degrees already. It was 82 at one point, but we've moved a little. Our neighbors who we never met and we kept meaning to introduce ourselves.
Very sad.
In less than 2 years here, have a for sale sign up.
Sad.
Uh-oh.
What?
Thing's gone.
Oh, it is. Look at
The next door neighbors had a China hutch, like the top part, out here. It's now gone. It was for free.
that. But you'd have to have an assistant help you.
I offered. I was going to put a sign up front that said, if you want free bullshit next door, come tap, 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 tap on my door. Tap, tap, tap on my door. The fuck's going on over there? Well, folks, we have returned from that because I forgot to bring their whipped cream this morning. I had to pick up another can of whipped cream, which means at this point we now have 3 cans of whipped cream in the fridge.
Are they all like close to full?
One's almost empty, one's half full. And then there's this one. What the fuck just happened over here? So the fan obviously works, which was glorious. And here we are at 3:52, folks. Home. Home, home on the range. All right, we got to go. See you. Love you.